Picture this. You're an African eager to explore the beauty of your continent. You dream of tasting Nigerian jollof, scaling Tanzania's Mount Kilimanjaro, or skydiving over Egypt's Giza pyramids. But wait, before you even book a ticket, a visa to tour Africa as an African, many say the paperwork, the fees, the wait is often frustrating and exhausting. But here's the irony. While Africans are forced to navigate numerous obstacles to obtain that visa stamp, many travelers from outside the continent waltz right in, often enjoying visa-free entry on account of the strength of the passports they hold.
As a person who travels frequently, I know what a pain it is to have, to apply for visas. You feel a discriminatory effect when you apply for visas, even in the full knowledge that other people don't necessarily have to apply or jump through hoops to enter your country.
Why can't I present a Nigerian passport and fly to Kenya or South Africa without needing a visa? Oh, I want to go to England, I need a visa. I'm going to Pakistan, I need a visa. I'm going to the United States, I need a visa. Canada, I need a visa. New Zealand, I need a visa. I'm going to my brother here in Congo, I need a visa. I'm going to Ethiopia, I need a visa. Something is wrong with Africa.
Why shouldn't people of one country freely move across the border to another country, across the whole continent? What is the issue?
We need greater collaboration. Our children from this continent should not be locked in borders in Europe and also be locked in borders in Africa.
Indeed, within the pages of the African Union's 50-year vision adopted in 2013 is an ambitious goal for a visa-free continent, allowing free movement for its 1.3 billion people. This was to be effected by 2018. But so far, only Seychelles, the Gambia, Benin, Kenya, and Rwanda have flung their doors open for African visitors.
It shall no longer be necessary for any person from any corner of the globe to carry the burden of applying for a visa to come to Kenya. Welcome home.
In the end, we agree we are brothers and sisters and same people that have same needs. It really is all about politics that can be fixed, and we must fix it.
Flashback 140 years ago, and colonial rulers gathered at the notorious Berlin Conference, partitioned Africa, drawing arbitrary borders that split communities and families. Today, critics contend that these very borders are guarded even more strictly by African governments themselves.
The late Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was a champion of that cause of one single market for African countries. He championed one single passport. He championed one single economy, and even championed that international reserve of African countries should be in gold bars. Unfortunately, the countries making up membership of the EU are not that serious about having a single economy. So until Africa is able to extricate itself from the scourges or from the umbilical cord of colonialization or neo-colonialism, will not be able to function.
Experts reckon bringing down these colonially imposed walls isn't just beneficial, it's necessary. It's about fueling a borderless economy where money, talent, and ideas flow freely.
It's a good thing for labor to be able to go where labor is needed. It's a good thing for people to move to where they feel safe and secure. It's a good thing for governments to be able to have young, able people who come into economies and work at all levels. The capital influx or the labor influx or the opportunities that come with people being able to come into your country without restrictions can be overall good, because if you have that capital inflow, then that is only good for your country, right?
Visa restrictions amongst ourselves is working against us. When people cannot travel, business people cannot travel, entrepreneurs cannot travel, we all become net losers.
When he announced a visa-free policy in 2024, it was a game changer for Kenya's tourism, instantly boosting visitor numbers and revenue. With fewer travel restrictions, more tourists flocked to the East African countries, turning safaris, pristine beaches, and cultural gems, injecting millions into the economy. According to the Kenya's Tourism Research Institute, tourism revenue surged by 80 billion Kenya shillings, roughly $620 million, reaching 450 billion Kenya shillings, that's about $3.4 billion. Kenya now aims to attract 5 million tourists by 2027, up from 2.4 million in 2024. That also calls for better preparedness to allow for seamless and painless entry for visitors and locals alike.
If there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be flooding into the airports or into the train terminals or bus terminals, we need to have a way to make it easy for Kenyan citizens and maybe East African citizens to just scan their passports and enter into the country, so that the people who then need to be processed in terms of getting more information can be processed in a way that makes entry into the country smoother. And we need to think about more biometric kind of electronic tools that can help us to do that.
While a visa-free Africa promises unity and economic growth, it may come with some drawbacks.
We must not cheat ourselves that it won't come with ills, right? How are we going to make sure that we are not welcoming potential terrorists or potential threats to our country? How do we manage illegal immigration?
Some economies may also struggle with uneven migration as workers flock to seemingly stronger markets.
Each country also has to really bolster its whole human capital and ensure that even as we are moving around, labor goes to where labor is needed.
For now, a visa-free Africa remains an ambitious goal, one that will take time, negotiations, and strategic planning.